What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the TRCBY show. So today we are going to do a test between red and purple. What I mean is the red 48 or purple 48, which is the amplify. So amplify versus the assault of the accumulative fortune. So what will produce the most for you will, I guess, ultimately depend on your build and overall yada 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 variables such as the skill used, your rotations, and so forth. But for this particular test, we are going to use one skill and we're going to try to use it for about 3 minutes just to get a pretty good baseline on or at least enough data to really show us what skill would be most beneficial. And why I'm using the 3-minute marker is because some boss battles, either world boss if you're doing it, raids, or big boy boss, it's about the 2-minute mark before it goes in rage. I think that is a pretty good determination of a time. So it should give us a pretty good data set over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use one single skill, and that is my rapid fire. Rapid fire is the skill that holds our DPS the most. So what we're going to do is go into here, and we're just going to hold down rapid fire, hopefully for 3 minutes, and if not, I'll probably have to pump it up with my fist, my quiver charge, or even tap into my wind force to give myself a little bit more energy just to make that 3-minute mark. But the 3-minute mark, I feel it's important because it'll give us a really good idea of our overall potential and longevity as well too. So we'll kill two birds with one stone type of deal. So let's go ahead and do it, and we'll hit it up and see what happens. So here we go, rapid fire. Starting it up, I'm just simply holding down the clicky button, and everything else was on cooldown. Rear attack, I'm also at 2 meters, so within 6 meters I have magic aggregation that will also give me some regenerative energy as well too every now and then. As you can see, it says energy recover. So look at that, my energy just energy plus. So there you go. So I get a little bit of energy throughout the fight, which is what I need to sustain DPS. If I'm not doing DPS or doing damage because I'm low on energy and no energy, then I'm not really doing any damage at all. So right now we are closely approaching the 1 minute mark in about 10 seconds or so. So as you can see, like within the first minute, our energy is slowly creeping down to nil, but within that time frame, magic aggregation is keeping us afloat. And there's also the purple transcendent stone that I'm using as well too. So once I deplete myself, I'm going to hit the R button, which is my quiver charge. So that is my other variable that I will end up using. So once it goes to don't have enough, which is very close, so 30 something, oh, almost nothing right there. So, and one more, I'll probably hit it now. So I'm just tapping it just to give myself a little bit more. There you go. So now we are kind of in 75%, above 50%, but we want to stay above 50% for a few reasons here, because it'll give us a little bit more attack just because of our mana tree build. But 2-minute marker, we're about 230 with just rapid fire so far. So we had to do a quiver charge once so far just to hold it down, so that's not too bad. But we're going to probably have to do it another time as well too to maybe hit the 3-minute mark. So I'm thinking once my lowest dipped to the 50s, which is in a little bit, I'm going to hit it again, do the quiver charge right now, and there you go. Do that and right back to attacking. And so I'm hovering around the 230 mark right now. So 231, 232, and this is a pretty good indication of where I am going to be at for the long run if I'm not missing at all. and if I am just continuously attack like a machine gun, essentially. So 232 is what it seems like going to be my highest steady point or steady point or whatever it is you want to call it. So 233. So 232, 233. I'll slowly like creeping it up, which is great. Like the longer the fight, I probably would have flattened out maybe around the 5-minute mark, but I didn't want the video to be that long. But that is purple 48. So with purple 48, so the battle just ended, so I'm just going to do this shot just to clear it. So with the DPS, and then now we're just going to switch our runes around, and what we're going to do is we're going to essentially take all our purples off, and then we're going to put the red back in our slot. So we'll take you out, we'll take you out, you out, you out, and you out, and then just put you in, and there you go. I got my 48 red. But then I'm just going to fill it in with other stuff as well too. Just go back to here, and I think I replaced the purple with, I guess, purple again. Just throw that stuff in there. Who knows? Whatever. Okay. So I think it was like exactly like this, like 41 red, and now it's just the other way around, and this doesn't really impact my DPS because that is a shock removal. So, which is fine. So now we are switching over to red. Red 48 is now our play, and we are going to see where we land. And I doubt that we'll have to use any type of quiver charge just to charge, but I believe we could kind of stay like this indefinitely. And the stone that I was kind of showing you guys that I have as well too is over here. It's the level 3 Transcendent Runestone Energy Conservation. And what the Energy Conservation does, on top of reducing my overall, it allows me to work like well with the magic aggregation. So you'll see that in a little bit right here. So I believe all my skills are in cooldown along with out of combat, so the first few seconds I won't utilize any of my energy. But let's go ahead and just pump it up and see what happens. Here we go. This is red 48 now. So kind of off the bat here, let's just hold it down and see what happens. We're in the exact same spot, and we're not really moving anywhere. And we are approaching like the 20-second mark, which is about the 3-minute mark in DPS for purple. So far we overtook purple in less than a minute. In half a minute, we're doing more DPS than purple 48 would have done in 3 minutes in terms of just the DPS damage per second. So I'm sure as 3 minutes go by, our ultimate, I guess, overall DPS will just increase further as we go along. So right now it is creeping up to 236, 238, and the minute marks 236, 238. So 238 is where it is at the moment, so it's creeping up still, and all we're doing is just holding down the right click. As you could see, magic aggregation is just keeping us like almost like full. It is reducing a little bit here and there, but our energy recovery is enough to keep us going like forever, essentially. Like I probably may have to use the quiver charge, but I'm thinking just by, you know, so far it's looking pretty good, and we're doing way more damage. I would say way more damage, because it was 232 last time, and now I guess it's like 8k more DPS at the moment. And we'll do the math on that, and we're about to hit the 2-minute mark, and there you go. 2-minute mark is at 239, 240. So 239, 240. So that's 8k more so far within the 2-minute marker. And as you know, it'll just keep on creeping up a little bit until it flats out. And I'm thinking the flat out time is probably around 5 minutes. So with all things being equal and just simply changing it from red 48 to purple 48 using one skill as our base, because if we start adding all sorts of other skills into it, it's going to mess up our variable way too much. So we're just using one single skill just to see, because it's still a skill. So a skill will be a skill regardless of whatever it is, and it's all about the damage speed. So that's why the speed of rapid fire benefits so much more as the archer for this class. So the 3-minute mark right there, I'm gonna stop. So we're at 241, 240, 241, and that is kind of like a significant bump. It is, what is the math on that? I'll have to do that real quick. Let me get myself a little Excel file over here and do that math. What is the math on that? So if I do 232 and 241, and what is the percentage of that if I could do that correctly instead of always doing it backwards? What do we get here? So it's about a 4% increase, I guess, difference. So give or take. So it's 4% better with rapid fire, again, with the one skill that we're using as our base, our overall damage base. I would say, like, that, at least for me, I use rapid fire all the time, like more times so than any other skill, because one, there is no cooldown really, and two, like I could add all of these other skills in there during their cooldown and just fill it in with the rapid fire as well too. So that's why I chose rapid fire as the skill to use. But there you go. So that's the result. So red 48 versus purple 48. Whatever works for you is gravy, I suppose. But for me, I am going to use red 48 and maybe purple 88 would be the way to go for me. So I hope everybody's doing well, staying safe and healthy, and oh, peace.